Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Genevia and this is My Candid Life. Today, I am here to tell you that I am getting a gastric bypass at 22 years old. In this video, I'm going to tell you why I'm getting it, how long I've been thinking about it, what I'm scared of, what I'm excited about, and hopefully this video helps someone who is either getting a gastric bypass, a VSG, a gastric sleeve, anything like that. Hopefully this helps you with your decision or just so you can see my journey. This is the first video in this series. I have some vlogs coming out a few days after this video is up. Basically just going through my pre-op diet. I'm going to have the day of the surgery filmed and then how I do in recovery. So this is the first video in this series. If you're excited about this series, please like this video, subscribe to this channel so you know immediately when videos come out, ring that bell and let's get into it. I will say in this series, I will not be disclosing my weight personally. I have always been very obsessed with the number on the scale, and when I hear like actual figures or like the actual weight of the person when I've watched these videos, it hasn't helped me. It's only made me compare myself to them even more. So I will be telling you guys how much weight I've lost during this process. Like I'll say I lost 5 pounds, but I will not be saying what my actual weight is, and that is just a personal choice that I'm making. Okay, so first things first, like I said, I am getting a gastric bypass, which is kind of like the big one. Like if you're going to go all the way, this is the one you're going to do. And basically my stomach is going to go from the size of a football to the size of an egg. That is what my doctor told me. It's a laparoscopic surgery. And let's just get into why I've decided to get the surgery. So I have struggled with my weight, I would say most of my life, if not all of my life. And I never thought about getting a weight loss surgery. And the main reason was because a lot of members in my family had gotten weight loss surgeries, and it just didn't seem like something that I wanted to do. I really wanted to say that I was able to like knock the weight off by myself. And frankly, I always thought that I would be able to. I've been an athlete my entire life. I played volleyball my entire life and up until like halfway through high school. During quarantine, I picked up tennis. I've always been around basketball. I've always been around sports and I've always been active. I would say since I was a kid, I work out at least 3 to 4 times a week, and I try to make sure that like activity is a major part of my life. I would say my eating habits are pretty good. They're all right. I would say I could eat more vegetables, but I won't sit here and say that I am a case where I ate like whatever I wanted until I was 22 years old and now I need a weight loss surgery. And I think that's really important to add because everyone gets to this place differently. Everyone's story is different. Everyone's journey is different. And if someone in your life is getting a weight loss surgery, it's really important not to judge and to really listen to their story. Why are they getting that? And then just be there for them. Even if they did eat a Big Mac every single day until their surgery, that is their business, that is their prerogative. I'm just here to say that's not what my story is. So let's get into why I have decided to get a gastric bypass. So first things first, I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. There are a variety of different symptoms with PCOS. You can get acne, you can get facial hair, you can become overweight, you can have irregular cycles, you could be infertile. The gambit is long. There's a lot of things that can happen when you have PCOS. And the symptoms that I have with me is irregular cycles. I would say cured with birth control, and I have been overweight. And overweight with PCOS is different than just being like overweight. The way it's come about in my body is since I was 16 years old, I would say every 2 years, I gained 40 pounds that year. That has been the cycle my body has gone through. And I would gain those 40 pounds whether I was working out every single day, eating healthy, I would still gain that weight. I never really noticed the cycle, but that is what was happening. In 2016, I gained 40 pounds. In 2018, I gained 40 pounds, and so on and so forth. So it's been very disheartening when I haven't changed my eating styles, I haven't changed my exercise regimen, but I have continued to gain weight. And that is not healthy. If you continue to gain 40 pounds at a time, that's a substantial amount of weight, and that piles on very quickly. So PCOS is definitely the number one reason why I'm getting this surgery. My OBGYN is actually the doctor who told me that the surgery would be the best for me. I'm 22 years old, and a lot of you guys have seen Omar in my vlogs. He's my long-term boyfriend. We've been together for 5 years. And at some point in the next 5 years or 10 years, however long, we would like to have children. And I don't want my weight or my PCOS to be a reason why I struggle to have children. So when my OBGYN, who I love and trust, told me that I should think about a weight loss surgery, I really took that to heart, and I know that she wants what's best for me and what's best for my future children. So that's the biggest reason. Second reason is anxiety around my weight. I've had anxiety around my weight, how I look, since I can remember. I would say since I was a kid, I've always struggled with just being very anxious about how big I am. I've also dealt with body dysmorphia, where if I look in the mirror, sometimes I feel like I look like a different version of myself that I'm not, but that's just sometimes how I see myself. If I go to an amusement park, it's really scary for me to like sit in those seats. I've never actually had an issue with it, but it's still scary because my brain tells me that I'm not going to be able to fit, and that I'm going to be embarrassed, and then I'm going to be shamed for my weight. It's just, there's a lot of anxiety that comes with being overweight your entire life, and people always mentioning that. I also have a really bad anxiety with planes because I am scared about the seatbelt. And then I would have to ask the flight attendant, could I get an extender? All of it's linked to like my weight plus like shame around that. If like other people are like draw attention to it, or I have to draw attention to it. So if I'm being honest, that's another reason why I'm excited for this surgery, which is actually tomorrow, is because I hope that one day I'll be able to like just do fun things without thinking about my weight at the forefront. The third reason is fat phobia in the medical field. I have had very terrible doctors. And even my PCP, who I've had since I was younger, she suspected that I had PCOS when I was 15. However, she never mentioned it until I mentioned it to her when I was 21. So I could have been diagnosed with PCOS for the last 7 years of my life. However, my doctor never mentioned it. All she ever told me is that maybe you should lose some weight. Maybe you should lose some weight. If I came in with the flu, she would literally say, hey, yeah, you're sick. I'm going to prescribe you some antibiotics, but also, you've gained some weight. So it's just been like, it's really tough. It's really tough to get really good health care when you are overweight, when that like obesity line is like tagged to your name. A lot of people think that everything is linked to that. Like, I went to a doctor a few months ago, probably like a month or two ago, with really bad back pain. And the first thing that he said was, maybe you should lose some weight. So it's just really difficult. And like, it's really hard to talk about actually, because it's just more shame around your weight, which shouldn't be there, because there are medical professionals who have gone to medical school to treat you and not to judge you. And should I lose weight? Yeah. Can I lose weight? No, because I have PCOS, and it's really hard to lose weight when your body is counteracting. It's like coming against you because of like the hormones that are in your body. So I would say that fat phobia in the health industry is definitely a reason why I'm excited for this surgery. I would say the second biggest reason, PCOS being number one, my second biggest reason is just my future. I don't want to have to continue to gain 40 pounds every 2 years and deal with the repercussions of that. I want to be healthy for my future kids. I want to be healthy for my future husband. And most importantly, I want to be healthy for myself. I'm excited and I'm nervous, and I hope that you guys really want to come on this journey with me, because I really want you guys to be there. But let me tell you about why I didn't want this surgery, because I think that's also important to hit on. First and foremost, like I said, a lot of my family, or some of my family members, have had this weight loss surgery, and I just didn't want to. Like, I didn't want to have to go through surgery to cut my stomach in half, and to go through this like really long journey and possibly like never be able to eat the same way. And I saw like how they recovered, and it's been like years since, like 10 plus years since, and they still like have stomach pains and can't eat a lot and things like that, that it wasn't painted in the best light for me, so I didn't want to do it. Second is the toughest thing to talk about in this video, and that's the failure aspect of it. I don't know how anyone else feels, but I'm getting better because #therapy. But I feel like I failed. I feel like I had a problem that I couldn't fix myself, and that I allowed myself to get to this weight, even though I know for a fact that if I knew that I had PCOS when I was 15 or 16, that me and my mom and my family would have done something about it, got on the right medications, right regimen. But like, I didn't know until last year. And it's just really sad to feel like you failed your body and that I have to do such a drastic thing at 22 years old. But like I said, if you're going through this process, I would really recommend getting a therapist. I have known that I was going to get the surgery since last year. Last July is when I made this decision. So exactly a year ago, I made this decision with my OBGYN because we were talking about my future. And then I found a clinic here in Houston that I'm going with. And I'm just really happy that I made this decision a year ago, and I've had a year to think about this and to talk with my therapist about this, because it is shame is a big feeling that I felt my entire life around my weight. Failure is a big feeling that I felt my entire life about my weight, and that's not fair to me. And I am going to release this, and I'm working with my therapist to release this. And if you are feeling that same way, you are not a failure. You are a person who is putting your health in your own hands. And congratulations to you for doing that, because I'm going to congratulate myself. So what can you expect from this series? First off, this is my candid life. You can expect me to be candid. I'm going to tell you if it's rough. I'm going to tell you when things suck. Today is the day before surgery. I can't have any food. All I can have is water, chicken broth, and like sugar-free Jell-O. I have my water right here, my chicken broth right here, and I am hungry. It is 1 p.m. and I would love to eat, but I can't, and that's okay. It's just like being candid about it. Not all of it's gonna be like sunshine and rainbows, but I'm excited and it's gonna be worth it. I know that for a fact. And like I said, you could just expect me to be like real and raw. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna take you on this journey with me. Hope you're excited to be on this journey. If you are, subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, if you are thinking about this surgery. And I'm excited. My surgery is tomorrow. We're going to do this together, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.